What's up, guys? In this video, I would like to show you a recording on our last AMA with Tyler, our pro analyst, and he was on NFT NIC in New York, and he makes some storytelling, and it was very interesting to hear what he have see there on what kind of private parties he were there also private parties like from projects like Moonbirds and all the stuff, what kind of people he meets, pretty cool stuff. So I hope you enjoy this story, and I put also some pictures from him and videos so you can take a look on this video. And of course, if you like my content, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe. Will be pretty cool, and I will keep posting different stuff about NFTs and NFT Alpha and so on and so on, and also our AMAs in our Discord channel. So thanks, guys, and take care. Hi guys, thanks for joining the AMA with Tyler. Today I think he will explain about NFT New York. And yeah, you know them all I think already. So Tyler, you have the word.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks. So yeah, this past week, and still right now, I am in New York, right, for NFT NYC. Um, so this will be a little bit of a storytelling type of session, and if you guys are curious about anything, feel free to just ping me and ask me, under the AMA questions channel. So, anyways, this is my first time ever in New York, and also my first NFT conference per se. So I think before I came, I didn't really know what to expect, and I bought tickets for NFT NYC itself, the conference, but I didn't even sign in while in New York, and I never attended a single conference, which is funny because that's what I realized. When people say they go to NFT NYC, they don't mean literally the NFT NYC conference. Like most people don't do that. They go to the separate events, the outside parties, all of that that's hosted by different NFT projects. The conferences itself, I heard, is very dry and it's not worth going. And apparently, you can just roll in without having a ticket. So next time, if you guys are ever planning to go to NFT NYC, keep that in mind. You do not need to buy NFT NYC conference tickets. It's a waste of money. So yeah, that was something surprising to me that I didn't realize. Um, so what I've been doing is, well, I've still been very, packed with things to do, right? Like so many. Like every single day, I'm walking a ton, and I'm participating in a bunch of activities. I had like a rocky start because on Sunday or Saturday, I believe, I missed my flight. I overslept and I missed my flight to New York. So I had to rebook another flight, and then that flight got delayed. And then I nearly missed my connecting flight, and it was a whole ordeal. When I came to New York, I Ubered to the wrong hotel, and then when I went to the right hotel, my roommate, who's jet lagged and is from Korea, uh, he didn't pick up my calls, so I couldn't get into the hotel. So it was like a whole ordeal. But anyways, that aside, NFT NYC, all the events held by different projects are actually very worth going, right? So I think like is if you think about it, NFT NYC is the perfect place to network. And that's something I like to tell people to do as well, right? Like how do you kind of survive and thrive in this space is through networking, right? To basically get to know different people. It never hurts to know more people, and you never know, right? You might end up working with them, down the line. That's happened to me before. So that's one of the main things that I was looking forward to. Of course, meeting a bunch of people that I've been chatting with for a while, but also meeting new people and meeting new connections to see what we could work with together or potentially build. Um, so I guess I'll just do a little bit of day by day sort of stuff, and if you guys want to know anything else, feel free to just ping me. So on Monday, I went to a Little's event, and it was pretty fun. It was like a 2-hour event. It was during the daytime, and I got to meet a lot of the Littles team, which I'm already quite familiar with, to be honest, because I've already met them back in Vancouver. And I got to chat with Will, who's the founder of the Littles. I chatted with the lead designer of the Littles, community manager, all of them, right? So that was really fun. And of course, I got to chat with a bunch of other community members as well, and well, we got to hang out there. So that was a really good experience. And a lot of times after the event, because you make friends right during these events, you will actually go and do stuff outside of the events as well, which is really fun. You can go grab dinner or hang out even, and through these relationships, good things can actually form. Right, like you guys can potentially get offered opportunities as well. So if ever right, like you want to find a job in Web3, and there's such an event, I would actually recommend going. It's really really good. And you know how on Discord, Twitter, sometimes it might be hard to find the type of people you need or want. For example, like a Web3 dev is pretty sought after, right? It's not that easy to just randomly find one on Twitter that's willing to work with you. But in places like NFT NYC, it's quite easy. I've basically gotten into contacts of like 4 or 5 devs without even trying, right? And I wasn't even trying to ask for anything, but like we just happened to meet and say hi, and now we're connected. Okay, so every time I meet someone new, I always get their Twitter accounts, and then we follow each other. So it's a very very great way to kind of grow your personal brand as well, in my opinion. So yeah, that was Littles that day, and then I also went to the CyberCongs event. I'm not a holder, but I got invited there, and that was really fun as well. I got to meet a bunch of Kongs, and because CyberCongs is a partner of the Littles, we like a lot of Littles got invited there as well, right? And then so I met a bunch of the other team members there too. But yeah, that was my first day. It wasn't that eventful in terms of events itself. It was only 2 of those. Um, and then the next day, let me just quickly double check my calendar. I had so many things. Now, of course, in between, like there was a bunch of other stuff, the smaller things, but those are like the main events that I attended. And on Tuesday, I went to the Psychedelics Anonymous event, and the queue was extremely long, like many blocks long. Uh, because I think there was free breakfast at the time, but I didn't want to queue for it. So my friends and I we decided to just like grab a bagel. So we didn't do that. But after we grabbed breakfast, then we went back to queue and then went in. And I have pictures that I'll send Ruslan, and you guys can take a look. It was pretty cool. It was really cool. But yeah, it was basically on networking. I feel like if you are an extrovert or you like talking to people, NFT NYC events would be perfect for you. But if you're an introvert and you're scared, of basically talking to people nonstop from morning to dark, then it might be a little bit mentally draining and physically draining. It's definitely physically draining to everyone. Like everyone I've talked to, it's very tiring. But like it's fun, right? It's still a great experience. Um, so yeah, and then there was also the Psychedelics Anonymous open bar, so people could just like go and drink nonstop if you wanted to. So that was pretty fun. But I think the highlight of my Tuesday was the Moonbirds party. So the Moonbirds party, I didn't know anyone in real life at the time that was a Moonbird holder, so I just went by myself. But of course, once I'm in the queue, I start chatting with people around me, right? So I
Can
got
I ask
connected with
something?
multiple people.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
As a Moonbirds
Yeah.
party, can everyone take part of them, or just people with a Moonbird? Just
Oh yeah. So the Moonbirds party is one of them that's private, right? So you do have to be a holder of either a Proof Collective Pass or a Moonbird holder. So it
how
wasn't open to the
how
public.
you prove this? Do you just show with your mobile phone, this is my Moonbird, or just?
That's a good question. So different projects have different ways of verifying whether you own the NFT. The most common thing that projects used was an app called Token Proof. So before the event itself, like a week or two, we had to basically register on Token Proof with our wallets, and then you get a ticket, a QR code ticket. So you don't actually have to bring your wallet to NFT NYC because, like,
Yeah,
as I
yeah,
mentioned earlier, there's
it's the
security
same.
risk,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, it's not advised for you to actually bring your wallets, especially your valuable stuff here, right? So that's become the norm. So token proof is like the most used thing. Uh, so yeah, so that was the Moonbirds party. Moonbirds party was good. Um, while queuing, I met a bunch of people. I met like someone working in like food science and trying to revolutionize it through NFTs or something like that. And I also chatted with the marketing lead of Tiger Bob's. I made a call on Tiger Bob's a while ago, but he was on the team, which was pretty cool. It was just very random, and I got like some stickers and stuff from him. And I was chatting with him, and then Gossamer, the actual artist of Tiger Bob, came to the line where he was, and then started queuing there with him. So I actually got to chat with Gossamer herself, which which was crazy. So I took some pictures with her, and she gave me even more merch. But yeah, that was really wild. And I finally got in, and the queue was extremely long. It was multiple blocks long, but I finally got in. And then they were giving out free Moonbirds merch within the party itself, which was great. And then David Blaine was performing magic all throughout the venue, which was also very crazy. So I got to watch him do card tricks and stuff like really up close. That was fun and unexpected. But actually, no, we did expect him to come, but still, it was cool to be able to see him. And I got a card from one of his decks as well, so I have that as a souvenir, I guess. But yeah, and then there was an open bar which I drank way too much of, and I got very, I don't know, I drank way too much. Basically, let's end it there. But yeah, and then Tame Impala also came to perform. And then there was a tattoo place. They were giving free tattoos at the Moonbirds party, and anyone that was getting it tattooed would be shown on stage. There's like big screen on stage where the DJ is, and then they would broadcast it there. So like the founders of Proof Collective and Moonbirds, like Kevin Rose and all, they actually got tattoos live um, while at the venue, which was pretty crazy. Um, and yeah, a lot of high profile people actually showed up too. I know Beeple showed up. Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park showed up. There are others I don't quite remember, but yeah. So that was a pretty crazy one. Um, yeah, it was a very fun venue. Right? I do have some pictures to show um, that we can take a look at.
Nice story.
Um,
I like it.
yeah, yeah,
And the founders, they make their own tattoos, and all people can
uh,
saw this.
yeah. So basically, they hired a tattoo artist, and she was basically doing tattoos at the party. It's kind of hard to imagine, but that was exactly what she was doing. It is literally
Real
like,
tattoos, real.
yeah, real tattoos at the party, and like literally right around her, everyone is like the dance floor. So it's crazy. It was really crazy. Yeah, and yeah, it was wild, right? And then the founders themselves were getting tattooed.
Props on the founders. It's really
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean that's dedication right there. Dedication to the brand. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane. Yeah, and the same night I had tickets for Boss Beauties, and Kesha was supposed to be performing, which she did, but I never end up attending because I cared more about Moonbirds at the time. Uh, so yeah, there are a lot of overlapping events, and I skipped a bunch because there's so many. It's impossible to like show up to every single thing. Um, but yeah, and then like the next day, I was supposed to have a breakfast, a Zen Academy, Meta Angels, and Curious Addie's breakfast, or the Psychedelics Anonymous breakfast at 9 a.m. But like, I got home super late and I was really wasted, so I didn't go to the breakfast. And then like I was supposed to have another event from 2 to 6 p.m. The pop crypto packaged goods event. That one I was looking forward to as well because I know a lot of VCs were going to be there, and I know Chris Cantino and their team, all of them were going to be there. But I didn't end up going as well because I was still really like messed up from the night before. Because after the Moonverse party, I went to another club. I think I don't even remember a bar or club with some friends. So I got home extremely late, and yeah, it was tiring. Um, that yeah. So, anyways, I skipped a bunch of events on Wednesday, but there was a yacht party. From the it's called Yacht Party with Origins. Origins is an NFT, something like an alpha pass sort of thing. I don't actually own any, but I got tickets for it anyways. Um, from the littles, through the littles. I think six of the littles holders got it. So we went there and we did that, and that was fun. It basically went around New York and it went all the way to the Statue of Liberty, which was my first time up close. So I saw that and yeah, I took some pictures and videos and all. So that was pretty fun. I'm trying to think if I did something else that evening, which I probably did. I just don't remember. So it probably wasn't that important. Okay. And then yesterday was fun as well. Um, I think I skipped a few things. Oh yeah, there was a Zen Academy meetup that I skipped. But there was a Dreamland Genesis meetup which I went because I'm part of the team, so I felt obligated to go. And I met some holders in real life, which was really fun. Uh, got to chat, get to hear like the community sentiment, what their expectations were, what they're happy about, what they're unhappy about. And it was, I think it's interesting to hear from holders in real life because is I think the crowd sometimes is different because it's like with Dreamland, right? Like technically the floor price is pretty low, and then like the Discord, it doesn't seem popping. But then the founders aren't have never actually been worried at all because they network like crazy and they go to like real life events all the time, and the general sentiment is actually really good. It's really really good, and then the most vocal people are the ones that are always complaining, and they are the ones that are like tanking the floor and listing and stuff, right? But those people, like the founders, like it's fine. It's just part of the process, and they're not like demoralized by it or don't see that as the bad sign per se. Which, in my opinion, is a good thing, right? Because if you're a founder, you shouldn't necessarily be demoralized if your floor price were to tank or whatnot, right? It shouldn't matter, right? You should keep building and you should keep working. It doesn't. It is the non-factor there. So that was interesting, and I realized like some of these whales, uh, even for these really like under the radar projects or cheap projects, like somehow they have the attention of some huge people. Like one of these community members, like he's called Nicola or something. I didn't really get to chat with him very much, but from my understanding, he's like the CEO or founder of one of the huge crypto companies, and that has been around for like 10 years, at least 10 years. And he's like a huge whale. And he was basically chatting with Bambi, which is the community manager of Dreamland, saying he doesn't care about the floor basically, right? He's here to hold for a year or two, like many years, long term, right? So it was crazy to think that someone like that would be a holder of this underrated project that most people even in Web3 doesn't even know about. So that was pretty cool. um yeah, and then oh
What
yeah, and then I think
can I?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, would be also cool if you write later the projects down. This all on the radar projects which you get. So basically alpha which you get from New York, for in real
Oh
life.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
this.
yeah. I don't particularly have any specific alpha because I wasn't like asking for alpha at a lot of these events. Like we hear remarks that might be alpha, like the littles, for example. Like I was chatting with V-Chan, who's the community lead, and he's like, "Oh, there's like a really big thing coming for the littles," and I was like, "Oh, does that mean I should sweep the floor?" And it's like, "No, I didn't say anything." So it's stuff like that you can interpret it how you want, but it's nothing concrete because that would be like you know unethical on their end, right? So they won't explicitly tell you, but sometimes when you get a few drinks in them, like
This is
they might slip up a sentence or two.
this called inside trading. This is even against the law,
Exact,
by the way.
exact.
But
Yeah,
what
yeah,
what you can you can write down. I personally think blah blah and some projects.
yeah.
So this
So
projects looks nice. Some things like this
yeah,
because even if a big whale is heavy invested in the project which is completely on the radar, just because this big whale is invested is maybe alpha enough. Um,
yeah. It's definitely possible. I think the danger of that is you don't know why a specific collector or person might have invested into a project. right? That's the danger there. Where let's say a whale, maybe he swept 100, but to this whale, sweeping 100 is like nothing. Maybe he was doing it as a degen, or maybe he liked the art, right? So
Yeah.
you don't necessarily know. I think it's a good information to have that a specific person might own a bunch of something, but you should like take it with a grain of salt, right? Because you don't really know why they're doing it. And then of course you have to do your research and then come to your own conclusion or hypothesis of why they are holding and whether it makes sense for you as well. But yeah, that was yeah. So that's a bit about that. And then yesterday there was a yacht party with Cyberkongs and Gojira that I was invited to. Um, it was a very small private event, so it wasn't. I don't know if you could have gotten tickets for it. I don't know how you get tickets for it, but I was just invited to it. And it was held by the Monolith Yacht Club, I think, and Gravers or something. Yeah, so I got to chat with all the founders there and network. Oh yeah, and I met a bunch of the Gajira team as well. I met Amresh, Sav, G, um, a few others. I don't remember their names, but yeah, I was basically hanging out with them, um, which was super fun, right? Because normally I wouldn't get to hang out with them, but like I finally got to put a face onto them, and network with them, and then they all followed me back, which is superb, which is awesome as well. Um, Oh yeah, actually, I completely missed one event. That was super lit. That was before yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday. It was a Bubble World event. I went as a +1 with Bambi, who is the community manager of Dreamland Genesis and a mod at a bunch of. Oh, also community manager of Unfiltered, and mod at I don't know Zooverse as well. I think. But yeah, anyways, we went to Bubble World, and actually, we both know one of the founders of Bubble World. That's how we got in. But he's also a holder. I'm not a holder. Nevertheless, um, and the Bubble World event, it turned out to be extremely hyped because Quavo was supposed to show up. However, he didn't end up showing up, sadly. But Future did. Instead, they hired Future, which was pretty cool as well. But it was really hectic. And for some reason, I met like at least 20 people from my high school, which was crazy, which was really wild because I haven't seen them in many years, like at least 10, like 7 to 10 years since I've seen a lot of these high school people. I had no idea why there were so many of them, and then I realized that another one of the co-founders of Bubble World was one of my classmates. So it was really crazy. Um, and then like the front, like the lobby people that were giving the bands, they gave Bambi and I the wrong bands. They gave us like general admission bands. And then like because there's so much confusion, it was actually kind of poorly run, the operation side of things. But then like we knew Natalie, right? So she was a founder, so she actually got us VIP passes, and then we had to pay for our drinks initially, and then after we got the VIP passes, then we could like drink as much as we wanted and do whatever. So that was good because initially it was annoying because like we had to buy everything and, and we were like, what the heck, this is dumb. But once we got the passes, then we could go to the exclusive areas, and then the exclusive areas also had a bunch of my ex high school mates for some reason. But I met a bunch of cool people. Like I linked up with Matt Malinowski, I think. He's
Brad
pretty.
Malinowski. Yeah.
Yeah. So I linked up with him. I have a selfie with him. I linked up with Crypto Gorilla as well. I'm not sure if you guys know, uh, but yeah, he's also pretty big. Um, I also linked up with Bento Boy. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, I'm actually in the NFT Academy from Brad Malinowski.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Also very valuable. So they make a really nice, yeah, NFT project, which is NFT Academy. Mark, for example, is also there. And you can buy this NFT and be in this academy, and this is all for all people who want to create their own project, right? So they educate people how to make your own NFT project, which is pretty cool. They have also AMAs, and I was also in the group calls with Brett and also with Crypto Brando, and keep
Yeah.
being on the group calls there. Also keep learning, of course. So yeah, pretty nice stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool. Like this event was surprising. I didn't think that all of them would show up to the Bubble World event because Bubble World itself isn't very hyped, right, as an NFT project. But I guess the party itself was super hyped. Um, so yeah, I got to meet a lot of them and chat with them and like follow on Twitter and they followed me back. And I also met like I think one of the founders of Open DAO, if I'm not wrong. It might have been Open DAO. I don't remember. Like that night was a blur. I drank a bunch. I also met Open the Fridge. He's also pretty popular in Web3. Yeah. Um, and some rapper too. Some rapper that I didn't know was famous. But I linked up with him and we're gonna meet up in Vancouver because he's gonna take his girlfriend there. But I didn't know he was famous, which is crazy. But yeah, he's some like Forbes 30 under 30 rapper. Um, and yeah, but my point here is right, like like these events are great for networking, right? Like if not for these kind of events, I wouldn't link up with half of these folks, right? Like at least it's more of a warm introduction. Like if ever I wanted to reach out to them and chat with them or like secure something, it's easier because like I've actually met them in person, right? And we've actually chatted before. So it's pretty crazy that all of these things happened at just one event, right? So imagine if you go to multiple events, you have a lot more opportunities for these type of things to happen to you. Um, but yeah, that's that Bubble World event. And then, as I was mentioning yesterday, right, there's a yacht party, and then a bunch of Gojira folks, and I met a bunch of CyberKongs as well. And I met like the lead dev of CyberKongs, and he was the one that actually designed all their contracts for the VX, Genesis, babies, all of that. And he's just a very down to earth guy. And apparently, he said that he was gonna do. He actually offered to do all the contract stuff for free, entirely for free for CyberKongs. Um, Extremely early stage before they even minted. But then, like Coco Bear, who is one of the big whales of CyberKongs, gave him 15 Genesis Kongs as payment. So, as you can imagine, he's probably pretty loaded now. And all the CyberKongs on there, like the CyberKongs Council, was on the yacht as well. So I got to like chat with a bunch of them, which was really fun. And I chatted with the yacht owner as well, who is dropping an NFT project today, if I'm not wrong. But I don't know much details about it. It's not hyped at all. I don't even know if it's worth minting. But the point is, yeah, this yacht club is going to be materialized into an NFT. Having this NFT apparently gains you access to a lot of these kind of exclusive events on yachts across North America and I think parts of Europe and South America, from my understanding of chatting with the founder. But yeah, and then Gajira, Amresh from Gajira is chatting with the yacht party founder, basically. And there might be some sort of agreement coming, maybe, for Gajira holders, maybe to get a discount or whatnot for the passes. Um, but yeah, that was a cool experience. And then like Bambi and I, because like because we became friends with the Gajira team, they invited us to other stuff. Like on Saturday, we're gonna go to this private party with Dead Mouse. He's gonna be performing, and Amresh is giving me tickets, and I can invite whoever I want, to go. So that's another good example of the power of networking, right? Like if I wasn't at this yacht party, if I didn't like become friends with Emresh and all, like I wouldn't go to this party tomorrow, and link up with more Gajira folks. That was funny. And then towards the end of the night, while on the yacht, I met Ryder Rips. I'm not sure if you guys know who Ryder Rips is, but he's the one that started RR Basie. Um, He's a controversial figure, and apparently he's doing some sort of film, and he's being filmed by the film crew that filmed Tiger King. So the director and filmer of Tiger King was on that yacht, and I didn't know. So I was chatting with him, and he was filming Ryder Rips, and I was just chatting with him like some random person basically. And I shook Ryder Rip's hand without knowing who he was either. And I guess I might end up being on the B-roll of like the Netflix production by accident because like I didn't know who Ryder Rips was at the time. At least like his face I didn't know. Which was crazy, right? So that was really wild. I go to this random yacht party and he ends up being invited by one of the founders. So that was fun. Um, but yeah, so that's a bit of my experience so far. I'm still here for another day or two, and things are going to be winding down, right? Because NFT NYC concluded yesterday. Yesterday was the last day. Actually, I had so many other events that I could have gone to. Like I also had Method Man concert tickets from Dreamland Genesis. It was going to be held at Sotheby's, but I skipped that because I went to the yacht party and I was too tired. And then there was also the Subducks Barcade that I was invited to, but I was too, I was too tired. I also didn't go. So today is more of a chill day. That's why I could do this talk, and I wasn't like too wasted to to show up today, basically. But yeah, I'll probably take a look, do some sightseeing because I haven't done that yet. I've been so busy lately. Probably gonna go to like Central Park or something and take a look. Uh, yeah, and if any last minute invites for some parties come, then I might consider it. But honestly, I am so exhausted mentally and physically because of the past week that I probably will just turn it down. So the only thing that I will most likely go to is the invite from the Gajira team tomorrow to some party. That's the only thing that I will probably go to. Technically, I have a yacht party later too that I can go, but I don't want to go. I'm too tired. Yeah, but but yeah, that's a bit about my experience in NFT NYC.
It's really
It has been
cool.
very fun. Yeah, very very fun, but
Yeah,
very tiring.
I
Yeah,
was not expecting that you have see so many things, meet so many people.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking, yeah,
Crazy.
and it shows me, to be honest, it's a really cool story. It shows me how exciting this NFT Web3 space is, because right now we have a strong bear market. Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down, a lot of people screaming and crying, and some people say it's over for NFTs, etc., etc. But the thing is, there are people behind this who will really appreciate this kind of stuff, and you can see this with this kind of events, that people behind this stuff who really believe in this and appreciate this. And as soon you have this kind of community, you understand. So this Web3 space is really something's real and have really a big future. So in my opinion, and this just
Yeah,
proves it, you know.
I think for me, going to NFT NYC, I mean, I was already extremely bullish on Web3, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a bear market or whatnot. Like, I'm still here to stay. I'm gonna be here, and I will be one of the foundational pieces, hopefully, right? Like, we are all super early, and if you're gonna be building something, then you're basically at the start of something really huge. Um, I think it just made me even more bullish, basically going to all of these events and talking and networking with people, and you realize that there's so many wonderful ideas out there and people are actively trying to figure it out, right? Whether it be trying to get funding or they're trying to find more devs or community managers, whatever like that. You get to hear so many of these founders and team members in person, right? And then they can tell you about their vision and tell you about what they've been working on for the past few months or whatnot. And then like there are all kinds of ideas that you yourself probably would never have thought of, that you hear about, right? Like yesterday I was chatting with some founder that's trying to make a writers guild, so basically writing, all about writing, and he's trying to get funding as well, and he was explaining to me his vision and how like nowadays publishers or services like Audible or Amazon, or Kindle or whatnot, they take like 80% cut from the writer, and then the writer themselves has to pay a bunch of other fees. So in the end, the amount of money that they get is like nothing, right? And what they aspire to do is to change that. Right, they want to help guide writers, right, provide mentorship and all that, and then of course in terms of the profit sharing, way more reasonable, right? So I thought it was a cool idea, and also being able to connect with your readers, basically in the form of like a community, right? Like if you have an NFT, then you can ask for feedback and connect with your readers extremely easily, which is not normal in Web 2, right? So you see, this is something that I definitely would not have thought of. And I didn't even think that it's possible to use NFTs to do something in this realm. But like after this guy explained it to me, I was like, oh wow, that's actually a really cool idea. So this is just one example, one founder that I chatted with, but I've had so many conversations with people like him throughout the entire week, right? So imagine doing that the whole week, right? Like, and just meeting all kinds of people, and they share their ideas. So it made me really bullish. Where it doesn't matter if it's a bear or whatnot. Like people don't care. I think the ones that are still here that are at NFT NYC are those that actually truly are here to stay, right? They're here to make shit happen, basically, right? To keep building. So yeah, to me that was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I met so many wonderful people. It was great.
Awesome.
But yeah, anyone have any questions or want more details about anything or whatnot?
I just want to jump in because it's exciting to hear you describe everything. And I'm excited for you because you said it was your first time going to New York.
Yeah.
And what a way to do it. I've been to New York many, many times over the years. I love that city. And every time I go, I have an amazing time. So uh, I'm just happy for you that you went out for this event and you had that great experience because it's like that the city itself is just freaking amazing and the energy level which you've experienced now, like that's what people go there for, is just that networking and that energy. And it really does show, like, a lot of us just kind of hide behind our computer screens in the NFT space and the crypto space. But as you're saying, if you can actually get out there, I mean, I wish there were more of these events in more places, but that's not practical. But it's just it's fun to think of how can we have more in real life interaction in the NFT community, I guess, and sort of catch some of that buzz and that networking that just isn't possible outside of a face-to-face context. So just sort of like the random thoughts I'm having as you're talking, but great description of everything. I feel like I was there.
Thanks. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Um, like for myself, right, I do a lot of these kind of talks with people, right? I have a bunch of AMAs or just hangouts through Discord or Twitter Spaces. And I mean, I've made wonderful friends and connections that way, but it hits different. It's a completely different experience to get to talk and network with someone in real life. And I think one of the things that made me extremely happy was I got to meet a bunch of community members from different projects that I'm a part of, and also people that I've been working with for a while in person, like finally, and we can go, grab a drink with each other and just chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is great. It has been really good.
Maybe we'll have Ruslan Fest next year.
Yeah, I hoping. Doing my
That'll be nice.
best. Yeah,
But have it in Chicago, not Germany.
yeah.
Make it easy for me.
Yeah, I was, by the way, one of my plans was, by the way, so this is a more a future thing. If we will we succeed, hopefully, and create a community also to organize, events where we invite people to kind of festivals, for example, electronic music festivals, because I really love the stuff, and I know a really nice kind of festivals in Europe. For example, very big festival will be in Poland, not far away from my city, Berlin. And it could be a good idea, for example, next year, if we build a strong community, because I plan also to stay. I also dogs. I mean, I will dogs myself anyway. To invite also members in this kind of stuff to from our community, because this kind of things are very nice experience, honestly, very nice experience, and sometimes even life changing. So that's why I have also this kind of idea of mindset and law of attraction, which I want also to invite in this project. So people who will be part of this project we will try to educate them, not just only how to be successful in Web3, but in general how to make his life so they will be happy, they will be succeed in general and enjoy life. this is a very important part for me. Yeah, so far. And this event, this New York event, what Tyler explained, shows me that there are really cool people in this stuff. They're really nice and cool people, because it has not just only something to do with money, to making money, but all this thing around video games, art, fun, humor, all this kind of stuff which we human beings appreciate. That's all in this package, and we can make a business with this. We can make money with this and meet awesome people and have fun in life. And this is cool stuff, right? So that's why I built also my projects, because it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very cool.
Yeah, it's just energizing hearing you describe your experiences, and it's exciting. I mean, it's especially in a bear market, it's easy to forget that we truly are at the beginning of something that's going to grow, and we're all going to watch it grow in our lifetimes and become whatever it becomes. Just like we saw the internet grow from nothing to something, and now we're watching this grow. Uh, I guess some of you were born into a world already with internet, but I certainly wasn't. And but it's the same type of thing where it's you have some ideas, but the farther you go in the future, the foggier they get. Like what is this really going to become? What are we heading towards? And what will NFTs mean to us in 5 years and 10 years? And so it's really cool to be at the beginning of that. And the more involved all of us get in it, I think the more rewarding it'll be for us.
Yeah, agree completely. Yeah. So far, any questions, guys? Yeah, some things to add, Tyler. We can also make it a little bit, stop it also after 45 minutes, if you already explain everything and no questions are there. Was pretty nice.
Yeah, today was a little bit different, right? There's a little bit of story, show and tell, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have my laptop, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it was very nice, very also very nice inspiration, for
Yeah,
for project founder like me. Mark is also project founder, so we have also kind of inspiration, to get
yeah,
with our projects, maybe also on this kind of level, because as I say, it was also my intention to get on a really high level with my project, and give something to the community also in real life,
yeah,
um yeah, to build really something big. And this kind of stuff inspires, of course, a lot. It's pretty cool. So it was also pretty cool to hear this kind of story for me,
Yeah.
and I hope for you guys also, because yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I would say, if nobody have questions, we can start from here, because we have here already a lot. I think if Tyler has nothing to add, yeah. And Tyler, would be cool if you can send, if you send the pictures, you can send me via DM, or you can send the pictures if you want, on Tyler calls. Um, just
yeah. Yeah, I think let me DM you some pictures
yeah.
that you can share if you would like.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you just DM me as much as possible pictures. So I will make the video, like, I would just blend the pictures in. So on
Yeah,
the video, people will see the pictures which are
sure.
circle around, instead of this Discord screen, which is
Yeah.
Yeah. But now that I know someone who's out there, you have a big responsibility because I'm living this vicariously through you. So continue having a great time. I wish I were doing what you're doing, but there was just no way I could go out there this year. But who knows? Maybe next year.
Next
But
year, next year.
yeah. I
yeah.
hope
But
also I will be there next year.
yeah, yeah. But
That's
thanks a
awesome.
lot for describing everything that's going on. You really put us in your eyeballs. That was really great.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I agree completely. Yeah, and I hope I have recorded this call properly. This Zoom drives me crazy, but I think this time, last time I have recorded my AMA properly, and this AMA, I have recorded also properly. So yeah, okay, guys. If you have no questions, I think we can stop from here, and I will post then the recorded call and the next tomorrow, the next few days. Okay.
All right.
Great.
Take care,
All right,
everyone.
thanks.
Okay.
Thanks
Thanks
for
a lot,
coming, guys.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.